Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, funny man George Lopez gives his hilarious take on hot topics and his new movie. And how well do you know your favorite stars? We're playing a new round of Celebrity Said What? Plus, all of today's juiciest hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
It's Friday. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Listen, I can't. Listen, I'm trying. Thank you very much. Thank you. I want to get to all my Hot Topic stories today, okay? So we'll start with Katy Perry and John Mayer because they are officially back together. I told you that the other day. Listen, in the past, they were boyfriend, girlfriend. They broke up 4 times. This is their 4th time? All right.
Broke up 3 times.
They broke up 3 times. It's their 4th time getting back together. And everyone is not happy about it. And I'm speaking of her friends. Katy's friends reportedly have been warning her about dating John. After all, they broke up 3 times. The friends are reminding her that, you know, he is 37 years old and she's 30 years old. And, you know, I mean, I was speaking to you about this the other day. I was saying, you know, an ex is an ex for a reason. Personally speaking, I don't know one man in my past that I would go back to. You know, like when I'm done, you're dead to me. But, and then I took a poll in my studio audience, and the majority of people the other day who were in the audience, who were my co-hosts, said that they wouldn't go back to their ex either. Clap if you have an ex that you would love to go back to. Okay. And they're not even clapping it like they mean it. They're clapping like their hands aren't even touching. But see, okay, so then most of you are my people, because sometimes I feel as though I can be very, very closed-minded. I mean, I stand in my own truth, but I can be very closed-minded when it comes to certain things, like going back to exes. I say, she's not my sister, so fine. I'll just, I mean, you know, her being back with him and then breaking up again makes for better Hot Topics. But I will tell you this about friendship. I hate when friends overstep their boundaries. I've never been that. Now, mind you, okay, if you spend your life watching The Housewives, then your definition of friendship is different than what I'm willing to give. You know what I'm saying? Because I find there to be no reason to take my shoe off and throw it at a woman, or pull her hair, or many of the things that you see go on with friendship. I mean, when The Housewives first started, I started questioning myself as a woman, like, well, what kind of friend am I? Because I am definitely not going out on a limb like that for some chick. You know what I mean? Especially after you choose a husband, you know, your man is supposed to be over your chick any day. And I'm sorry, and for those of you who don't agree with that, well, then we agree to disagree. I think it's weird when a woman's in her 30s and I think it's weird when a woman's in her 30s and she does not give a man a little bit more attention than she gives to her girlfriends, if she's planning on marrying. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm glad that you agree, because I was prepared to fight. I mean, that's my thought, you know, like when you're in your 20s and you're in your teens and, you know, nobody's getting married and you're trying to learn, you know, women's views and what women feel, and, you know, it's important to have women friends, but by the time you are in your hunting years, you know, hunting for your mister, listen, all chicks over here, and he's over here. And that's it. That's it. So, and my definition of a good friend is somebody who's not gonna volunteer stuff I didn't ask. Like, don't tell me you don't like my new hair. Or don't tell me that, you know, you've noticed I've gained weight. And please don't tell me that these jeans make my butt look big. Like, that, to me, ladies and gentlemen, that is not my definition of a friendship. My definition of a friendship is the person that won't tell you because you didn't ask their opinion. But when you fall, they are there to pick you up for 1 or 3 beats. After 3 beats, I can't deal with you either. You know, it's like after 3 beats, like a friendship should not be a part-time job. It should be as easy as breathing. If it's not as easy as breathing, then I don't want no parts of it. Anyway, Katy, I say put your friends on the back burner and concentrate on your man. By the way, I do agree with them. It's not good that you're back with John Mayer, but it's okay. We'll all be here watching. And your good friends, Katy, will be there to pick up your heart when he stomps on it again. That Kenya Moore. You gotta love Kenya. Well, she was at an after Golden Globe party, and Lupita Nyong'o was there. Now, you know, Lupita's the Oscar winner, and Kenya is. Well, no, she's not a nobody, but, you know, and I was gonna say she's a housewife, except she's not even that. Kenya is a beautiful woman trapped in cuckoo. And she tweeted, Kenya did, that Lupita refused to take a picture of her at the Golden Globes after party. Well, now I thought, because I think I read about this on radaronline.com, but I thought that it was a less than truthful story. Because I was like, I'm in the car and, you know, scrolling through and stuff. I'm like, well, what is Kenya even doing in the same room as Lupita? I'm just saying, like, how does that work? Now, Kenya is her own person, and you love her, but Lupita is an Oscar winner. And I'm thinking that they don't even move the velvet rope for housewives when Oscar winners are in the room. So they're all in the same party. Now, apparently this party, there were a bunch of A-listers in there, and it was a party thrown by NBC Universal. Well, you have to understand, NBC owns Bravo. That's the connection. That's how Kenya, I guess, got on the guest list, right? So she's in there flitting around, this Kenya, I guess happy, you know, to be there, you know, in the building, and Lupita is still glowing in the afterglow of winning her Oscar. And Kenya went over to Lupita and asked to take a picture, and Lupita, did she say no, or did she just turn and walk away?
Just turn and walk away.
Turn and walk away is worse than saying no. She turned and walked away. Now, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here because I understand why Lupita didn't want to take a picture with Kenya. Because Kenya Moore would use it as the wallpaper on her website. Then she would try to build the relationship to be based on the picture of them, you know, posing together. She tried to make the relationship more than what it really was. You know, she has friends over, all of a sudden her cell phone rings and she says, oh, it's Lupita, let me take this in the other room. Aunt Lori, what do you want? Her Aunt Lori. But I think that, that Lupita might have been smart for doing this. If I was an Oscar winner, I would, housewives are people too, but there's just something about Teresa and Meryl Streep at the same party and taking a picture together. I would say no also, I think, if I was Lupita. I don't know how long this whole, you know, glow of the after Oscars wins, because sometimes people win Oscars and it becomes a curse. Then their careers don't do anything. But while her career is good, she does not need to be fraternizing with the help. I think that's all I have on that particular topic. I love you both. Ariana Grande has always been accused of stealing Mariah Carey's vocal style. But we noticed that, well, and also style, I guess. I like Ariana's dress better. Yeah. Anyway, she apparently doesn't just admire how Mariah dresses, she also admires how Beyonce dresses. Beyonce wore this in concert, and 4 months later, Ariana wore this. Now, I do have to say, if you're gonna wear it, Ariana, you gotta wear it. You gotta take off at least 2 tiers of material on that booty cape, right? It looks like a lot. Then, Beyonce wore this leotard, and Ariana wore this leotard. Now, calm down. Then Beyonce wore this red costume, and Ariana wore this red costume. Now, see, that one does look like a direct bite. This looks like a direct bite, except she has butt insecurities, so she has that butt cape on. Girl, if you're gonna wear something like this, you've gotta wear it like you own it. No hiding the booty, you just have to wear it. Now here's my thought, honestly, with this story. My thought with this story is there's only but so much that a girl can wear on stage when she's performing. Beyonce did not invent beads and bedazzlement, and neither did Cher. Beads and bedazzlement have been a showgirl's best friend since the beginning of time. That's number one. Number two, there are only but a few designs that you can wear on stage. The bathing suit look, which is what the girls have on, the cat suit, or an evening gown. You understand? That's it. There's nothing else you can wear. And besides, I don't even think Ariana, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I don't even think that Ariana knows that she is wearing Beyonce's clothes. I blame this on a lazy wardrobe stylist. Yeah, well, this is what happens with these wardrobe stylists. These wardrobe stylists, they go out and they, you know, like for these stage girls, they commission somebody to make costumes and stuff, but a lazy one is gonna go and look at some of the greatest, you know, performers of all time and then bite the ones that are uncreative and lazy and only there to get a paycheck and think that your client's too young to even realize that you are making her style steal. Ariana, somebody needs to be dismissed. And here's the other thing, you know, Ariana does have I mean, she could, as the client, have a say-so in what she wears, you know, if she cared to pipe up, you know, but directly biting off people, you know, one outfit, fine, or, you know, but all those outfits, do you have a particular famous person whose wardrobe you would love to have? You do? Yeah. A lot of people say Jennifer Lopez. I read that in the magazines, a lot of people say that. I would love the Carrie Bradshaw wardrobe. Like, when I think of overall style, when I think of overall style, it doesn't mean that you can necessarily wear stuff. Like, I don't wear white, so I wouldn't be wearing this, but I still like the way this looks. And you know I love some crinoline. And I love a tied shirt with belly showing, only you'll never see it on the show because I'm not allowed to show my belly. But if we run into each other in the grocery store, okay, so Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Martin are reportedly back together again. Well, now you remember, he's 37, a soon-to-be divorcee. He's got 2 children. And she's only 24, no kids, never been married, ruling Hollywood. Jennifer's back with him under one condition with one new rule: to keep Gwyneth Paltrow away. What part of the game do you all think that that's okay? And now I'm looking at this little girl and saying, really young girl? She's the mother of his 2 kids. The divorce is not finalized. They just announced the separation like 3 months ago. You delusional? You can't keep Gwyneth away, okay? I know, though, that you're only playing with Chris, because a lot of times when girls are 24 years old, they don't necessarily want an older man for keeps with 2 kids and a divorcee, but it's a fun experiment to see how that life works, you know? You understand? Remember when you were 24 years old? There were a lot of things that you knew weren't for keeps, but you just wanted to dip your toe in it just to see what that's all about, just to dip your toe in it. Really? Well, I guess I'm the only one. So I think that it's impossible to say, you know, keep Gwyneth away, you know, but one thing would be is that if they did when they do sleepovers, like, she can't sleep at Chris's house because Gwyneth might be over in the morning with the kids. So she'd always have to sleep at her house. It just becomes too weird. Why don't you just let this man go, Jennifer? You know you don't want him. And Jennifer's mother agrees with me. Yeah, Mrs. Lawrence agrees with me. Nice looking woman, isn't she? Yeah. They have the same smile. Anyway, Mrs. Lawrence thinks that dating an older man with kids will harm Jennifer's reputation. No, Mrs. Lawrence, focus. This is not harming her reputation because I don't think any of us look at... First of all, she's not a homewrecker, right? Because that's a reputation harmer. She's not a homewrecker. And second of all, I don't think any of us are looking at this relationship as being a keeper. What 24-year-old girl cares about a 37-year-old man other than to dip her toe in and pull it back out, right? Don't worry, Mrs. Lawrence. So, Sierra. The long-suffering Sierra. No, don't say that. We love Sierra. Sierra is finally opening up about her split from her ex-fiancé, Future. She's got this new song, and she's pulling a Taylor Swift in the song. She's talking about her relationship woes. This is not the full song, but here's some of the lyrics. You acting like you upgraded me, I upgraded you. But you took advantage of me. You thought the grass was greener on the other side. I bet you start loving me soon as I start loving someone else. See, I like when people write about their business in their songs because it saves me and my team a lot of hunting, you know, and pilfering through garbage cans for the tea. You know, so she's talking in this song, but I must say, Future, I agree with her. And I like you, Future, but she did upgrade you. And you can disagree with me if you want. But I'll tell you, we have a hip hop household. You know, our son is 14, I'm 50, but 50 was like the beginning of hip hop. So you know, I'm hip hop, my husband, we're a hip hop family. Do you know what I'm saying? We're a hip hop family, okay? So I knew who Future was before he got with Sierra. But the globe, globally speaking, did not know who Future was before he got with Sierra. So that means she upgraded you. Future, she upgraded you. Suzanne? Did you know who Future was?
No, I did not know who Future was, but I knew who Sierra was.
Okay.
Like, as you say, you know, my people knew who Sierra was.
Yes. White people knew who Sierra was.
Yes,
and
but
now,
they didn't know who Future was.
And now, thanks to Sierra,
I know who Future is.
And other white people.
Yeah, other white
and
people
globally,
know him too.
and older people.
Yes.
And people know who Sierra is.
Well, he was on our show, too. We're seeing in 54 countries. So
yes.
people around the globe know who he is.
Yeah. Thank you, Suzanne.
You're welcome.
Anyway, but with that said, Sierra, you know, it's nice that you're talking in your album, and hopefully this album will do better for you than the last album, because honestly speaking, nobody bought that last album. I venture to... I didn't say it wasn't good music. I'm just saying nobody bought the last album, and I'm just stating fact. And so this next album, this will be your last hurrah with this music, right? This will be your last hurrah. Now you're 29 years old, and I've got your next job. Your next job needs to be, You'd be one of those easy breezy, beautiful makeup girls. You'd be one of them MAC girls. Sierra, you get more beautiful with every year you're on this earth. And I just think that she could be a spokesperson for Topshop, not just standing in front of some step and repeat. She could be a spokesperson for makeup, a spokesperson for clothing, a spokesperson for hair product. Like, that spokesmodel thing is you. This music, we'll just, beautiful voice, but people aren't buying music the way they used to. So, and by the way, if you want to tell the rest of the story without a beat behind you, feel free to come to our show. I work out in a wig. If you've ever wondered, I've told you that. There's a wig for every occasion. So my workout wigs are probably about this short, you know? And they're basically just chopped off. Just something to put on my hair to get to the workout studio and then get back home. I mean, it's so ratchet, I don't even go in the grocery store after the workout. Like, just go and come back home. But I have to have something on my head on account of, you know, I don't go out with no wig. But I attach it good to my head, and I don't do a whole lot of high impact stuff on account of my joints. There's nothing wrong with my joints, but I'm not trying to set it off now. I'm the only person in there working out. It's just my trainer and me and Pandora playing. And us talking, and me standing on that ball trying to balance and doing a few crunches and on the elliptical machine with the Alps. I like to walk through the Alps. You know how you make the picture there? With the Alps, you know? And, you know, I do a little exercise. It's a little wet under there afterwards. I go home, take it off, put it inside out, dry it on the top rack in the oven on low heat. And... Sure. You lay your wig out on a cookie pan, and you put the oven only on like 200, just a low heat. And when the bell rings and it says 200, then you pop your wig in, and it'll be dry by the time you get out of the shower. And then you just hang it on the hook and you wait for the next time you go to the gym. Now see, I know having the magic hair has become a pain in the neck for a lot of women. Lady Gaga happens to be one of them. She hasn't figured out how to exercise in her magic hair. It's our hot shot of the day. It's brought to you by Xenadren. Hit it! There she is. Do you spot her hair down on the floor? The hair is just falling out left and right. I'm more impressed at this pose she's doing. When I saw the picture, I tried to do the pose. I wasn't able to do it. You know, that's a lot of back strength. Anyway, very, very funny, Lady Gaga. But what you probably need to do is just leave most of the magic hair at home and just use it like a modified unit for when you work out. That's what just a modified unit. All right, thank you, Lady Gaga. And thank you for watching today. We've got more fantastic show for you. The very funny George Lopez is here. George is starring in a new movie. It's called Spare Parts. But up next, my foot's asleep. It's time for Celebrity Fan Out. So keep it here. Thank you.
It's our favorite day of the week, Hot Monday. We're all new with the most hashtag-worthy hot topics. And want to go shopping? Then let's go! Huge Trendy at Wendy discounts for the new year and just for you.
Monday on an all-new Wendy.
Okay, so it's time for Celebrity Fan Out. This is the comedy edition. Hit it. All right, so our first Celebrity Fan Out comes from Chanel W., who watches The Wendy Show on WCTX in Groton, Connecticut. Chanel writes, "How you doing, Wendy? The family I was working for told me that their friend Amy was coming over for lunch. So when I opened the door, I was shocked to see Amy Poehler Amy shouted, "Hi, Chanel, I'm Amy. Did you guys eat lunch yet? I'm starving." We all ate lunch together, and Amy even took this selfie with me. Best lunch date ever. Nice. Amy did a good job at the Golden Globes, too, on Sunday. Okay, our next celebrity fan out comes from Shonda W., who watches The Wendy Show on WAGA in Atlanta, Georgia. And Shonda writes, "Hey, Wendy, how you doing? I was in New York eating at Amy Ruth's Southern restaurant in Harlem when I looked up and saw Seth Rogen." He says, "I got up and walked over to him. He was charming. I even made him chuckle. If I knew he was going to make a funny face in the picture, I would have done the same." Wow. Well, you know, he also directed that controversial movie, The Interview. Nice picture. You guys almost look like a couple. Yeah. All right. Okay, here we go. Our next celebrity fan out comes from Giovanna S., who watches The Wendy Show on KTTV in Los Angeles, California. Giovanna writes, "Hi, Wendy. I was working a charity event at the Beverly Hills Hilton when I ran into Kathy Griffin. I almost died from excitement. Don't we look like best friends? By the way, Kathy's letting me hold her waist." Yes, you do, Giovanna. Kathy debuted Fashion Police this past week. Hi, Kathy, I got your email. Uh-huh. Okay, this is our last celebrity fan out, and it comes from Ayanla D., who watches The Wendy Show on WZDX in Huntsville, Alabama. And she writes, "How you doing, Wendy? I was at a movie premiere when I saw Kevin Hart. He walked over to me and grabbed my phone and patted my afro and took this picture. See how shocked I look? Wow." Kevin's new movie, by the way, The Wedding Ringer, comes out today. Thank you so much for Celebrity Fan Outs. I love that. If you've ever had an encounter with a celebrity, share with me. Go to wendyshow.com. Up next, the always hilarious George Lopez is here. Our first guest made us laugh for 5 seasons as the star and creator of The George Lopez Show. And now he's showing us a more serious side in his new movie called Spare Parts, which opens today. Please welcome back to our show our friend George Lopez. Thank you.
Ladies. Ladies.
I'm thinking it might be you.
It could be me. It could be medication.
But here's the thing. Like, I'm looking at you come out here, and you give the twirl, and you've got good hair, and women do love you.
Yes, but you have not seen me in my hair when I work out.
Well, there's a wig for that.
I don't even put it in the microwave. I put it on the clothesline with some clips.
But here's the thing, George. Last time that you were here, we talked about, you know, your love life. And you were very open. You said you want a woman age appropriate.
Yes.
Which I love. But... And I've been doing my research, and my research shows that you're still single.
But no one, my own age, no women have come forward. So now that I'm back on the show, I'm opening it up to men. Let's go. We're gonna do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. One penis don't start no show. Come on.
I can't. I mean, you've got tons of money. You know, tons of hair. You've got a great, like, skin complexion, a great sense of humor.
Thank you.
No, seriously, about this love life.
I'm not sure, Wendy. You know, I'm a little bit disconnected in real life. So instead of getting credit for the darkness, I get penalized for wanting to be alone a little bit. And then I get a rescue dog, and I bring him into my house. I can't find him.
He left you, too.
Even he left.
I heard that you recently had an awkward experience here in New York at a hotel.
Well, I was staying in a hotel. I won't say the name, but it's a great place to dream. And I had Prada deliver some suits to me in a huge Prada bag.
Yes.
Guy knocks on the door. I open the door. I said, hey, those are my suits. He gives me the suits, and when he leaves, he goes, oh, you scared me. I thought you were housekeeping. Yeah, you can moan. You can moan.
So black people aren't the only ones.
Black people are not the only ones, but I don't want to vilify all white people.
No.
I will say this. One time, a woman knocked on the door, housekeeping. It was a Latina, and she saw me, and she yelled to the other one, oh, he's already cleaning the room. So, it goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
And I will say this. There is a divide between TV stars and movie stars. Like, I'm trying to make the jump to movies, so when I go to a party, I get ignored like high school. I get ignored by the movie stars.
I understand.
I went to a party, George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, they're all playing like this because they know I'm on TV, so they're like, excuse me, I think you want to go hang with Mr. Cooper over there. And then somebody told me, if you hurry, Bill Cosby's making cappuccinos. So I won't be having any of those.
I mean, but that's crazy that there isn't. It's crazy because there isn't. I'm trying to ignore that one. That poor man, his whole legacy.
You know, he's so charming. You can get women to what to come to the house.
Yeah.
You can do better like that.
You know, it's interesting that you mentioned there's a difference between TV stars and movie stars, because there is. It's just like on TV, soap opera stars, when soap operas were on, used to be the lowest form of TV.
Yes.
But now it's housewives. So let's talk. Were you listening? But were you?
Yes, I
listening
was.
to
Of course, I always listen to you.
So look. What do you think about Kenya and Lupita being at the same party and then...
If I had won an Academy Award, like Lupita, and a real housewife came over to me, I would say, excuse me, you got to go, and please, if you'd like, take some cheese, have a snack, take some water. And I said, if you're in New York, that'd be a great place to stay, the Dream Hotel. There is a hierarchy. There's a class in almost in everything. There's a class in high school. There's a clique and stuff like that. I'm not saying it's right, but
it is what it is.
But that's the mountaintop. Being an Academy Award winner.
Yeah. So how are you doing with your sobriety?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I'm dry. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Right now, I'm okay. Talk to me around Cinco de Mayo. I'll be struggling.
Yes.
So,
okay, the reason I asked that is because if you follow this show on Hot Topics, we were talking about how George passed out in a casino and embarrassed himself. Did you wet your pants at the same time?
I did not wet my pants.
Okay.
But if I did, I had Depends on, so I was covered. I was covered. If I had. Now, if they make thongs, maybe I can meet somebody my own age.
Yeah, but so at that time, and I was like, well, you didn't go to rehab, you just did it on your own. You said it's time to do something different.
I wanted to challenge myself to be able to do it on my own, and it isn't easy. It's a tough struggle.
Yeah.
And it's going well.
Yeah. So
now my problem. All my problems are mental.
Yes.
Now it's all mental.
Can your future girlfriend have a drink? I mean, is that one of the requirements?
You don't know, it's not. She just has to have a good sense of humor, want to spend some quality time with a lovely man with great hair and all his teeth.
Yes, and they're good teeth, too. So, I did not realize that you were raised by your grandmother and that it was like tragedy, your father and mother. What happened to your father and mother?
My father took off when I was 2 months, and my mother wasn't mentally stable enough to take care of me.
Okay.
So my grandmother raised me.
Now, was she a young grandma, like, 45, or was she grandma?
No, she wasn't. She was like a middle grandmother.
Okay.
Like, she didn't smell so bad.
Okay, gotcha.
You know?
Well, we always talk about sometimes older people, you smell like mothballs. Just sometimes. Just sometimes.
Yes, just sometimes, if you have dinner, you might smell like it the next day. I'm just saying, a little gets in the clothes.
Yeah.
So my grandmother did not like that I had African-American friends. And she would say, who were those people? And I'd say, it's my friend. And she's like, I don't want you hanging out with them. So, and toward the end of my grandmother's life, she had dementia, and then she had Alzheimer's, and I needed to get her nurses. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to get my grandmother black nurses so that she learns a lesson. So I call a nursing service and I said, I want a black nurse. And they said, sir, we don't give out nurses by the color of their skin.
Right.
And they go, who is this? And I said, it's George Lopez. And the lady said, how black?
So, was your grandmother able to comprehend that there was a black woman taking care of her?
Well, she did, but she couldn't remember her name. She could only remember names of famous black people. So and she would call me up crying, and I'm like, what's the matter, Grandma? And she's like, Chaka Khan stole my sweater.
More with George Lopez next. We're talking about his brand new movie. Don't go far.
On an all-new Wendy, we've got the latest Celebrity Apprentice cast-off.
I'm sending them from my boardroom to your couch.
Executive drama. And, ooh, who are you wearing? Rock red carpet trends in real life.
Tuesday on an all-new Wendy.
How much can we put you down for, sir?
I'd really love to help, but advisors aren't allowed to donate. Big disqualifications. But I'm sure you guys will have good luck out there.
Nah, I'll fix stuff, but I'm not gonna be that poor kid begging.
All right, look, I get it. Okay, my last job, I had to beg rich guys for money all the time. And you're right, it does suck. And it makes you feel all low and pathetic, but you gotta do it. You gotta put yourself out there. Or you're never gonna get the grant, you're never gonna get the job. You're never gonna get the girl.
Oh, like that one?
Really, is that all you guys think about?
In other words, she's out of your league.
We're back with George Lopez. That was a clip from George's new movie, Spare Parts. Okay, it's a serious role for you. Is this your first time taking on such a serious role?
It is the first time I've been this serious. You know, that scene was with Marissa Tomei, Academy Award winner.
That's whose booty we
That's
saw.
whose booty we're looking at.
Okay.
And, you know, Academy Award winner, and then to be a comedian, and, you know, comedians have a history of doing dramatic parts, and it was something I thought that I wanted people to see, another side.
So what's the premise of the movie?
The premise is these 4 kids from Phoenix create a robotics class at their school, and for under $800, they create this robot that works underwater. They go to a competition and decide to enter the college division because it's not as embarrassing to lose to colleges, and then they end up winning. And they beat MIT and Harvard and Yale, and it's a true story.
It's a true story.
True story.
Oh, it's a true story. Well, is it a true story that you're thinking of running for mayor of LA?
It absolutely is a true story, and if I run, I will win. I will win. Because I will fix the potholes in the street. I will bring filming back to Los Angeles. I will take the garbage. I will attack the rodent problem in Los Angeles.
Is there a rodent problem?
And my slogan will be, best mayor, best hair.
George Lopez for mayor. Don't forget to check out his movie. It opens in theaters today. It's called Spare Parts. George, thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Always nice to meet you. Oh, George. Up next, Ask Wendy. Keep it here. Watch The Wendy Show whenever you want on my YouTube channel. Hot topics, celebrity interviews, and, of course, my legendary after show. It's all on YouTube. Subscribe today. Thank you. We're back. It's time for Ask Wendy. Everybody have a seat except for you. How you doing? Communication 101. You never let go of your microphone.
How you doing, Wendy?
How you doing?
I'm Christina.
Hi, Christina.
I recently made a membership on a dating site, and my boss found me, and he started liking all of my photos. So I think he's into me, but he's 45, and I'm 20 years old, and he's sexy.
And what's your question to me?
Should I ask him out on a
No.
date?
Jennifer Lawrence, what do you want with that old man? No, honestly, Christina, you're a beautiful girl. Stunning. But you got a dimple in your chin and everything. A 45-year-old man wants nothing to do with a 20-year-old girl except for to have a good time and then leave you on the side of the road. That's number one. Number two, a 45-year-old man's life is too complicated for a young, vibrant girl like you. There's layers of women, maybe an ex-wife, maybe a wife, children, and the whole bit. Leave that man alone, and please ignore that he's liking you, okay?
Okay.
Ignore that, okay? Got time for another quickie. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
I'm Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
So I've been dating this guy a couple of months. He's a health addict. And it's driving me bananas.
Okay.
So we going to the movies. I got popcorn and a hot dog. He snuck in some pineapples.
Okay. How old are you, Ash?
28.
28. And you've only been dating him for 2 months?
Yeah.
What's your question to me?
Does that sound like a deal breaker? Because I'm
Yes.
all fried chicken out.
No, listen. You got to learn how to eat some baked chicken in with that fried chicken. I
That's
mean,
fine.
you know, but
That's fine, too,
we don't-
but it's chicken.
We don't need some man being the boss of our bodies. That's what I say.
He's already started giving me tips and
This
stuff.
is a deal breaker. Deal breaker. Deal breaker. You won't tell me what to put in my mouth. Have a seat. Thanks, Ashley. Come on.
Hi, Wendy.
Hey, how you doing?
My name's Tarita.
Hi, Tarita.
And I have a question of... Lately, people have been coming up to me and try to root me, my coworkers, strangers, and they're all up in my
What?
head. And
Okay, to root somebody means that you believe that they have a weave or a wig, so you want to root up in the with your fingers and try to feel the
and
business.
they try to do it on the low, too. Like, oh, your hair looks so natural.
Okay, first of all, I would be the type to ask to root, because I rooted Kenya when she was here. Do you know what I mean? But you do it once, and then that's that. Let it go. You are not some circus clown for people to be rooting your hair. You tell them it is natural. You snap your head back and
So
don't...
I should say no, like, no.
Don't. And they can think what they want about your hair. Mm-hmm. But it's... Can I root you?
Go ahead.
No, I'm only playing. I know the look of natural hair. It's natural from the top to the bottom, I say. There's no tracks in there or anything.
No, there's
Let
not.
me see. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. Don't let people do that to you. You're not a sideshow. Celebrity Said What is next. Don't let them do that. I'm standing with Portia from Miami. She's new to New York, and it's time to play Celebrity Said What. All right, here's how we play. I'm going to read you a quote. I'm going to give you a choice of which celebrity you think said it, okay? I'm a great wife and girlfriend. I just picked the wrong bleeping guys. Who said that? Britney Spears, Jennifer Lopez, or Sandra Bullock?
Britney Spears?
No! Jennifer Lopez!
Oh! Wendy.
Okay, here's another one. All right. I feel like showering more than once a day or every day is such a white people thing. Who said this? Naya Rivera, Chris Rock, or Rihanna?
Chris Rock?
Not Chris Rock, no! Naya Rivera said it the other day on The View.
Oh, did she?
It's okay, we got a prize for you anyway. Yeah! $150 gift card. Visa. That's what you're getting, and thank you so much for being here, and we'll be right back. It's always a pleasure. My co-host, my studio audience, fabulous job today. Have a wonderful weekend. I love you for watching, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye.